Hey, how's it going, folks? So, yep, I'm currently out on another supplies run and decided to take the Bluebird out. Now, this car has not been started or driven in quite some time. So, thoroughly amazed that something from this long ago and this old can actually just start up and go. Yep, so like I've always said, give second-hand cars a second chance. Yeah, give old cars a second chance. Quite amazed actually. It feels like I've just driven this car yesterday, and no, I've not driven this car for quite some time, and running beautifully. Wow, really quite impressed. Yeah, like I said in one of my earlier videos, once you've taken your car out for a run, for an essentials run, try to go through all the electronics, yeah? Lights, indicators, wipers, power windows especially. Power windows, believe it or not, can actually deteriorate over time if you don't use them. Yeah, they can actually jam up. And one of the main causes of old cars with power windows that don't work is because they jam up. So yeah, so I'm just running through all the current electronics in the car right now, and so far so good. So this car hasn't moved because it was being blocked in, but it's running well. It's running really well. Anyway, just want to share with you something that I got today, a PDF from a friend of mine. They've done a survey on basically the entire world, and for which countries and how long it's going to take for them to recuperate. The graph actually started off with the world. Yeah, it started off with the world, and for the COVID-19 to actually dissipate or be eliminated from planet Earth, the chart actually mentioned 6th of December 2020. So that basically means that 2020 is a write-off in terms of whatever you had planned for, I don't know, overseas travel or events or whatever. 2020 is pretty much a write-off now, and things aren't going to get better worldwide, globally, until the last month of 2020. And insofar as Malaysia is concerned, the chart actually mentioned that it's only going to be by mid-July or early July before things can go back to the way they were before the MCO took place. Yes, it's another very hot day, and I put the windows up so that you can hear me better, so I'm suffering now. I've turned on the aircon. Okay, old cars, the aircon needs a little while to get going. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So whatever travel plans you might have had for third quarter, fourth quarter 2020, I think you better shelve them, because it looks like we're in this for the long haul. And yeah, 2020 needs a reboot, which I guess will be 2021. And hopefully by 2021, which is next year, and still more than half a year away, things are going to get better. My essentials run today, I can actually get all the stuff from a petrol station shop, so that's where I'm headed. And hopefully they'll have what I need. But yeah, I just wanted to share my run with you, and hoping that all of you are okay over there. Great, I've come to a stop, got my mask, and I'm gonna go in and get my stuff. Now, it doesn't matter if the shop is empty. Don't forget there are shopkeepers in there as well, so you need to protect them as well as yourself. And yeah, so wear a mask whenever you're out from your house or from your car, doesn't matter. And I'm gonna leave the car running actually, so while I go out and get my stuff. So I'll see you all in a bit, just a little bit. Okay, I'm back. So yep, the Petron Treats shop had everything I needed. Great, because that means I don't have to go to an actual grocery shop or sundry shop or hypermart or mini mart, and there was nobody in there, which is wonderful, just the shopkeeper. And so I'm done, and now I can head back, which is wunderbar. You know what, I think I'm gonna self-wash this Bluebird, because she's got streaks down the side of her body that look really, really bad. and she deserves better than that, seeing as how this is the car that took me all the way to Koh Samui and back again. And yes, there's been a lot of interest with this car. I've gotten a few emails on this car, this particular car, and despite the fact that there are a few, I checked on Muda, there are a few Bluebirds going for sale. There's one even going for like 2,000 ringgit, but it's in absolutely deplorable condition, so it's probably going to cost a hell of a lot more than that to get it fixed up. And oh well. There's an interesting point that's been put up by myself actually, that why would you buy a car like this? Let's use this Bluebird U12 1.8 as an example. Why would you pay more than market value for a car like this particular unit? And I'll tell you exactly why. It's because I have spent the time, and not to mention large quantities of money, to actually do up this car to a point where you could just buy it and drive it and not have to do anything. Maybe if you want to do a paint job on the car, that's fine. This car still's got its original paint on it, which has survived pretty well. And so think of it this way. Let's say you buy a Bluebird, for a cheap Bluebird on Nomura, the cheapest one that you can find. Like, you know, Hoopy's Garage, Tyler is always looking for the cheapest car that he can find in America, which is no mean feat because America is huge. It takes you like 5-6 days just to drive across America. We can do it in less than a day here in Malaysia. But so yeah, you can go out there and buy the cheapest Nissan Bluebird U12 that you can find. Maybe you might be able, after haggling, to even get one for like 2,000 ringgit, 2,500 ringgit. But then, how much time and money are you gonna spend doing up that car to a level like this? So basically, I have already spent the time that you would have spent doing up this car to a level where you could use it daily, and you don't have to worry about that. So the other thing is, how much are you gonna spend? Because think about it this way, yeah? You buy that car for 2,500, 3,000 ringgit, whatever it is. You're probably gonna spend more than that, than the purchase price, to do up that car to this level. And I'm not kidding about that, because easily, very easily, you could actually spend more doing up a car like this than what it's worth. And the time, okay, money is one thing. You can always make back your money. Money can always be made back. But no one's gonna refund you your time that you spent doing this up. So, when I say my Bluebird is worth, that sounds kind of wrong, but when I say this U12 is worth, okay, to me, 8,000 ringgit, you shouldn't turn up your nose and go, dream on lah, how can? Yes can, no way, yes way, because I have spent so much time doing up this car. And okay, now not just me, but actually anybody selling their car. Let's say it's another Nissan, a Nissan Sunny. A Nissan Sunny's open market value in the used car market can range anywhere from 1,500 ringgit, yeah, 1,500 ringgit to 3,000-4,000 ringgit, okay? Now the Nissan Sunny is a very, very reliable, basic, easy to maintain and cheap to run car. But it is not a luxury car, it is not a performance car, it is not any of those. In fact, it is very much the Proton Saga of the Nissan range. But to somebody who has owned that car, let's say for 20 years, and they've spent so much time, so much money, so much effort doing up that car, why would they want to part with it for 1,500 ringgit? That makes no sense. So to them, that car is worth 10,000 ringgit. To them, yeah, the seller, it's worth 10,000 ringgit because of all the things they have done to it, all the time they have spent on it, all the money they have spent on it. So much has been invested. It is actually priceless. You can't really put a price on that. And so when somebody you see on Muda is selling a Nissan Sunny for 7,000 ringgit, don't laugh, okay? Don't turn up your nose and scoff and say this guy must be on weed, or what is he smoking, where can I buy some? You know, granted, I'm guilty of that. I've actually seen some cars out there that are just not worth it, okay? Really not worth it. But you never know what has gone into that car from just 6 or 7 pictures on Muda, or 6 or 7 pictures on Facebook Marketplace, or any selling platform for vehicles. Sorry, I think my aircon needs gas. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So don't turn up your nose, don't scoff, because to that person, that seller, that car might be actually, in their opinion, okay, worth that much. And that's why I always say, it's always willing buyer, willing seller. You got a willing seller there who wants to let go of his car. If you are a willing buyer, you negotiate. Okay, but don't go in there and say, you know, he's on drugs or something, because you never really know how much investment has gone into a car until you've actually owned that car. Now, I've had this car for about a year already, and I can safely say, yes, I think I've spent more than what I bought it for to do up the car to this level. I mean, the interior cleaning, the 4 brand new tires, the rims, the service of the engine, the new distributor, the blah, blah, blah. So many things I've done to this car already. So just in terms of dollar figures, I have spent more than what I paid for this car to do it up to this level, okay? What about my time, or the seller's time, the time that has been spent doing up this car? Now that we will never get back. And when I say we, I mean me, the owner of this car, and also the seller of some car that you have found on Muda. So be nice, you know, don't lowball, okay? At this point in time, getting a lowball figure is a real slap to the face. I mean, it's a real insult. So don't lowball somebody just because you feel that their car is not worth what you think they want to sell it for, right? Be nice, be respectful. Talk to the person and say, look, I understand how you might feel about this car. I understand that there might be sentimental value in this car for you, but this is how much I can afford. Would you be willing to negotiate? Okay, that's simple. Be nice. You don't have to call people names or say they're on drugs or anything like that. Just be nice and try to come to an amicable conclusion and sales figure. That's it. That's all. That's all you need to do, really. A lot of people have been asking, is this a good time to buy a used car because people are throwing away prices? Now remember, if they're doing that, they're desperate, okay? They're possibly trying to put food on the table. So be careful when you try to take advantage of desperate situations, desperate times. It's not the right thing to do, and it's bad karma, and you shouldn't do that. Wow, this fella very desperate lah. Okay, I'm gonna offer him 5,000 less. You know, don't do that. That's just very, very bad karma, and it'll come around to bite you sooner or later. I believe in karma, and yeah, what goes around comes around. You take advantage of somebody in a bad situation when they're going through a bad patch. You do that, it's gonna happen to you as well. Yeah, just remember that. I'm a staunch believer in what goes around comes around. I've always believed in that. You should treat people the way you want to be treated. I mean, if I was in a bad way and I needed to put food on the table and I had to let go this car at a certain price, and you knew that I was desperate, don't come and lowball me. Don't come and lowball me. Don't go and lowball other people as well, because you should not take advantage of people in bad times. That's all I wanted to say on that matter. So yes, the MCO has been extended, and yes, it's gonna be till middle of May, and based on that graph that I saw this morning, which kind of depressed me, it looks like 2020 is over and done with, which is kind of sad. It's kind of bad. I've actually stopped here to go and buy some lunch because I haven't eaten yet, and you know, so many things in my mind, so many things to do. I've forgotten that I need to feed my body. So don't forget to eat and stay healthy, be healthy. The last thing you want to have happen during this time is to get sick, okay? Because you do not want to have to visit a clinic kesihatan, a clinic, a hospital, or anything like that. So be healthy, stay safe, don't get sick if possible. So watch your diet, take your vitamins, take your supplements, and just do what you feel is best. There's a lot of advice going around out there in terms of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And some of it is valid, and some of it is just utter bullshit. So sift through what you need to sift through and be smart. That's all. Okay. So you all take care. I really do gotta get some food here. I'm kind of starved at the moment. I got my supplies already. Yeah, if you're going out to get supplies, bring a bag, okay? Bring your own bag. It's always good. Don't forget that there is still a plastic bag charge out there, and you don't want to pay for unnecessary stuff. Yeah, okay, that's it. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.